Hello, hello, everybody. Hope you're doing good today. Where have y'all been? I think we skipped another day, didn't we? Oh, this hair. We're outside. It's fixing a storm. Just wanted to hop on here real quick. In case you don't know, my name's Dina Loftus, and today we are going, because you guys didn't give me anything to talk about. So when you don't give me anything to talk about, I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about. And we can have questions and answers, but you know, if y'all don't give me suggestions, I'm just going to come out here and talk about whatever I want to talk about. Now, what we're going to talk about today is a book that I've read, and I read it long ago. Somebody's tearing my plant down here. Excuse me, squirrel, ADD. So anyway, I read this book a long time ago, and I've reread it, and I love it. It's a good book, great book. It's by Earl Nightingale, and it's The Strangest Secret. So I wonder if you guys have read that. It's awesome, has some great principles in it. Anyway, let's talk about that then. Dr. Albert Schweitzer was being interviewed, and they were asking him, Doctor, what's wrong with people today? I know, we ask the same thing, don't we? Doctor, oh, that's my dog, scared me. Okay, hey Edie. Doctor, what's wrong with people today? Hey Gail, hey Simona, nice to join me. I'm just talking about a book that I've read a long time ago, and I've reread it. So it's The Strangest Secret. So I don't know if you guys have read that or not, but Dr. Albert Schweitzer was being interviewed, and they said, Doctor, what is wrong with people today? I know we say that too, don't we? We say that. I say that a lot lately. What is wrong with people? Have they lost their minds? And so the Dr. Albert Schweitzer said, men simply don't think. And that's true today. It's still true today. And this was a long time ago. There was a study done of 100 men. And I hope my internet's good. At 25, they interviewed them. They believed they would be successful. At age 25, all of the 100 men believed they would be successful. And then at age 65, one was rich, 4 were financially independent, 5 were still working, and 54 of them were broke. Now, that is only about 5% achieving success. Now, what do you think? What happened? Hey, Regina. What do you think happened with that? Well, you know, success. What is success? First, let's just define it. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Okay, that's success. The opposite of courage, you know, it's not fear, but it's conformity. It is conformity. Conformity is just acting like others. Just because they do it, I'm going to do it. All right, most are broke and depending on others for their upkeep. Why? Why is that? It's because we conform. I guess it's peer pressure. It works. It worked on me. It works on everybody. And some people believe that things happen to them because of circumstances. Now, there was a survey. Men were asked, why do you go to work? Let's see if I can hold this up. I need a phone holder. Why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning? 20 of them had no idea. Hey, Diane, Jennifer, and Bill. 20 of them had no idea just because everyone does it. They were asking them, why do you get up in the morning? Why do you go to work? 20 of the men had no idea because everyone else does it, I guess. Well, who succeeds? Who succeeds? That's the question. The person who is progressively realizing a worthy goal. That's the person that succeeds. Success is the teacher that teaches from her heart and loves it every day because she's changing lives every day. She determined ahead of time what she was going to do, and she worked toward that goal. Now, that is success. That's what she wanted to do. Success is the mother who wanted to stay home and take care of her children when they were babies and teach them and train them and watch them grow up, because that is exactly what she wanted to do. That's a success. Whatever you determine in your heart that you're going to do, and you really want to do it, that you're successful. But most people have no idea what they want to do. It's the man who runs the corner gas station, and he just loves it. That reminds me of my dad. He used to do that too, and he loved it because he was such a people person. He loved talking to people. Everybody loved him. He just loved to chat. So the man running the corner gas station, that was his dream, and that's success. Now, success is anyone who is doing a predetermined, deliberate job that he decides to do, whatever it is, because everybody doesn't want to do the same thing. So whatever it is that you enjoy. But actually, only 1 out of 20 does that. That's true. Only 1 out of 20 does that. Hey, Wanda, there's really no competition out there unless we make it a competition. All we have to do is create. Decide what we want to do. Have a goal. Create it. Okay? Earl Nightingale looked for the key that would determine what the future would hold. Okay? There is a key. There is a key. The key that would guarantee a person's success in the future. Well, there is a key. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Diane. The key, some work hard and don't seem to achieve success. Now, that's true. And some seem to not really work as hard, but somehow they always achieve success. Now, why is that? I wonder why that is. The key? Well, the key is having a goal, having goals. And like a ship, you know, that has a definite goal mapped out before it sets sail, it always reaches its destination. But another ship that just sets sail doesn't have really any directions or any guidance anywhere to go. It's just going to go sailing around and around in a circle and not really accomplish much and not reach its destination. It's not going to go anywhere. Why do men with goals succeed and men without fail? Hey, Deborah, thanks for joining me. We're talking about The Strangest Secret, the book that I've read, and I've read it years ago and read it again. But it has some really good, interesting information in it. So if you understand this, your life will never be the same. So I thought we would cover it. We're going to cover part of it. And you know what? Once you understand it, it will seem like good luck will just be attracted to you. Sorry. Everything will fall into place. Everything will just line up the way you wanted it to. Doubt and fear will just be things of the past. So we're going to talk about that. Here's the key to success and also the key to failure. You ready? You ready for this? We become what we think about. All right? Simple, isn't it? It's simple. It's so simple. It's so simple that we miss it. We become what we think about most. Okay? A man's life is what he thinks about. A human with settled accomplishment will accomplish it. Now, those are Earl Nightingale's words. These are not my words. Doesn't sound like me. But a man's life is what he thinks about. A human with settled accomplishment will accomplish it. I hope you know what that means. I'm not sure. A man is what he thinks about all day long. Okay? The greatest discovery is that men can alter their lives, and women, of course, alter their lives by altering their minds. This is so true. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. We're just going over a book that I read, The Strangest Secret. I'm sure all of you have heard about it. So, if they act as though it's real, it will become real. And I've done my own experiments. It works. It does work. It's a law, so it has to work. Not a man-made law, but a God-made law, a law of the universe. Okay? If only you care enough for a result, you will most certainly attain it. If you wish to be educated, you'll be educated. If you wish to be good, you'll be good. You must wish these things exclusively and not wish a bunch of other things simultaneously, because then it cancels it out and it doesn't work, okay? Just like it says in the Bible, Mark 9:23, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. But you have to really believe it, okay? Norman Vincent Peale said this: this is one of the greatest laws of the universe. Fervently, I wished I had discovered it earlier in life. It was my greatest discovery, aside from my relationship to God. That's Norman Vincent Peale saying that. The law that if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results is so true. If you think in positive terms, though, you're going to get positive results. And it's a fact. It is a fact that is at the basis of the astonishing law of, another law here, prosperity and success. Prosperity and success. Believe and succeed. People always blame circumstances, but circumstances don't make our lives. We do. We actually do. Get up and look for your circumstances if you want to, but if you don't find them, then make them. Create them. Create the right circumstances or what you want in your life. It's possible. Very possible. We become what we think about. It's very important. So true. The person thinking about a concrete and worthwhile goal is going to reach it, because that's what he's thinking about, okay? We become what we think about. There we go again. Therefore, the man who doesn't know where he wants to go and has thoughts of fear, anxiety, worry, and he's going to become what he thinks about too. His life will become one of frustration, fear, anxiety, and worry. If he thinks about nothing, he's going to become nothing, okay? Now, how does it work? Why do we become what we think about? That is the question. So let's answer that. Let me tell you why and how it works, or actually it is Earl Nightingale telling you why and how it works, okay? Here's a situation that parallels the human mind to kind of make sense. There's a story about a farmer, and you probably heard this before. He has land, and he can plant anything he wants to on this land, anything he wants to. The land gives the farmer a choice, you know, the land doesn't care. So he can plant whatever he wants to. The land doesn't care. The farmer makes a choice, and the land actually is like the mind. Okay, it doesn't care what you plant in it. So the farmer has two seeds in his hand. He has one of corn and one of nightshade. Okay, nightshade's a deadly poison. So he digs two holes, and he plants them both, and he covers the holes, and he waters it and takes care of it, the soil and everything. The land will return what's planted. Okay? So as our mind. As in the Bible, as you sow, so shall you reap. Because now, remembering the land doesn't care what you plant. Hey, Nerman, Brian, hey, thanks for joining us. We're talking about a book, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Hey, Donnie. We're talking about my book that I read. So, remembering the land doesn't care what you plant, just as the mind doesn't care what we plant. It works the same way, the same principle. If, you know, whether it's success or failure that we're talking about and we're putting in our mind, if it's a concrete goal, a worthwhile goal, or confusion, fear, and anxiety, etc. But whatever we plant in our mind, it must be returned to us. So the human mind is the last great unexplored frontier and continent on the earth. It contains riches beyond our wildest dreams. So why do people not use their minds more? It's because of that paradox that we think what we pay more for is worth more, when actually the reverse is the reality. Everything that is really worthwhile in life came free. It came free. Our mind, our soul, our dreams, our bodies, our ambitions, our intelligence, all came free. Our love for family, children, friends, country, the love for your country, it's all free. It's all free. What costs us money is cheap and can be replaced at any time. But what costs, but a man, well, of course, like an example, a man can be wiped out financially and he can rebuild again and again and again. His home can be rebuilt. But the things that we get for free can never be replaced, never be replaced. The human mind is definitely taken for granted. Our mind actually can do anything, any job that we assign it, but generally we just use our mind for little stuff and little jobs and we get little results. Isn't that right? That's so right. So it proves that most of us are operating on about 10% of our ability. We have so much more potential. So decide now, what is it you want? That is the question to answer, and write it down. What is it that you want? Plant your goal firmly in your mind. It's the most important decision you'll ever make in your entire life in this world. Other than giving your life to Christ, that's the most important decision. But decide right now what you want. Plant your goal in your mind. Write it down. All right? What is it you want? Be thinking about that until tomorrow, because we're going to stop now. We will, to be continued. Don't you hate that? Don't you really hate that? I used to hate watching shows and I'd be so excited and then it would say, like Person of Interest, that was one, to be continued, or someone's fixing to get killed and it says, to be continued next week. Oh my goodness, you have to wait a whole week. Hey, Ann, we're talking about a book I read, but you guys don't have to wait a whole week. I will come back on here tomorrow and we will finish up this book, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. That's the book. So think about what you really want, and we'll continue reviewing this book tomorrow. And it's so important to guard our hearts and minds in all this craziness that we're going through right now. I know you'll agree with that. So guard your hearts and minds. Be thinking about what you really want to accomplish, what you want to do, and decide what it is you really want to do. Who do you really want to be? What do you want to do? Okay? Hey, Ann. Okay, so, all right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up because I didn't want to stay on here too long, about to get caught in the rain. But you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow, probably about the same time, okay? Have a good evening. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.